Welcome. Hope you guys are good. Hope you're having a lovely Tuesday. It's already the afternoon. Hope you're having a lovely day. Hi, Instagram. Hope you guys can hear me well. And Facebook and everybody else, YouTube and everybody else. So, today we are talking about one other thing around manifesting, which is so I tackled the topic for the Instagram viewers. The topic is, how do you know you really want what you are asking for? So in a manifestation process, your belief is the biggest thing. You are able to work hard, and you can do that. You can work hard as you might work. You could do all the things that you think can work to get your definite result that you're wishing for. But if you do not believe that you want what you want is not going to show up in your doorstep, in your garage. You're not going to wake up in the environment you want to wake up every day. You're not going to be in the specific zone that you want to be at when you have not believed that what you want is really what you want. So now, how do you know that you believe what you want? So the good thing is that God gave us a desire. So how we know what we are due to, what we can have in the next moment, in the next asking, it's because God has put a desire in your heart. And how do you know that? It's because if you are looking at 10 years back, the things you desired, the things you craved for are different from the things you desire and crave for today. And that could have been that you have grown, or even if nothing has changed in your life, your desires change, because in every season there is something that God says, this season is a season for this. This season is a season for this. And some of you who have tuned in already in the manifestation program, and you will see it clearly there, because before we even commit to anything that you should be manifesting this year, before we even commit to anything, we have to make sure that it is the correct season for this thing. So you cannot want a car because somebody else has one, and you're thinking, me too, I should have one. If it's not your season to have a car, you're going to waste your time. You're going to waste your whole entire year trying to get a car, trying to get a relationship, trying to get a promotion. But if it's not the season for this thing, it's not going to happen. So why would you have that kind of a wanting when it's not time? Of course, we are being influenced every day. We are being told what a rich person must look like, what must they wear, what must they live, what must they drive. And I mean, the adverts are going out every day. They are telling you all sorts of things. So if you are not in connection with your higher self, you might get hooked into things that are not your season. And then a lot of people on a daily basis think that God is not answering their prayers, think that their ancestors are not helping them out. But it's just not that. It's just that you asking for stuff that it's not a season for it. Oh, sorry guys, that noise. Wow, my phone. So, okay. Anyway, we're not talking about that. I was just saying that number one, of course, we talked about this before. it must be the right season for what you're asking for. But what you're asking for is going to be laid up in your spirit. Now, there's a big difference between you wanting something that you've been told you must have and wanting something that God has put in your heart. There's a different vibration to that. And I don't think we're going to get to me explaining like in detail on that. But I need you to understand that every time you have a need, you have a wanting, you have a craving, it is normally the process that God used to tell you that now you are due for a house, now you are due for to get married, now you are due to get a new position, you are due for an increase in your salary. It's gonna be like a craving, like you wanting this thing, because you wouldn't want all the things in the world. There will be like 2 or 3 things you will want for sure this year. And that is how God talks to you. And of course, getting cooked up in all that, wanting things that are not in your season, it's something that you need to work on. And I'll really say to you, please come through to the manifestation course so that you understand exactly what is the process that you must use to make sure that you are focusing on things that are in your season, so that you do not go feeling like every year you are being a loser, because you can't be a loser all the time because you are focusing on the wrong stuff. Because there is the stuff that is in your season and you're supposed to be manifesting at that time, it happens too quickly. All right, so let's come back to the topic. Now, you have this craving, you have this knowing that, hi man, it's time for me to have this. So that is the part that God plays in you getting your thing, which by the time you have the knowing or you have the wanting, it is because now you are ready in the spiritual realm to have this thing. Now, this thing is not something that you need to go and make happen. And I've said this before, manifesting is not about you going and starting a new process of creating this. You want it because it's already in your energy. The only thing you need to do is allow it in your physical reality, in your bank account, in your house, in your garage, in your what. That's the only thing you need to do. That's what we're talking about. But that process takes a good amount of you believing and trusting that you can have this thing. So if God says to you, now you are ready to have a certain car, but you go back to God and say, no, God, now you're saying me, I'm ready for this car, but me, I don't earn this much. I do not have this. You come up with all the reasons why you shouldn't have this. Guess what? There's nothing God can do about that, because you are at this point, do not believe you are worthy. You do not believe you are good enough. 2 weeks ago, is it a week ago? I was attending a conference. It's an Africa conference, and there was a lot of talk about the fact that in Africa, we all know Africa is rich and all this and all this and all this, but then the people in Africa sort of never got the memo. We never got the memo, so we are suffering more than everybody else, but we are the richest. So one of the topics that were mentioned there was that if a person from outside Africa, like from Europe or somewhere, comes here and say they are here to invest their money, everybody gets excited here in Africa and say, hey, somebody's going to bring us money. But this person, actually what they are doing is that they are bringing their little money, they are bringing it here to make it big money. So if somebody comes with their little money to make big money here, what does that mean? Why can't we, because we already have what makes big money, why can't we make the big money? So of course, we've been taught that we're not good enough. We don't have the resources. We can't make it happen. So we are good at saying, give me a job, so that I can eat before I go to bed. We're not looking at, if you're giving me a job in my own place, what does that mean about my place? Okay, anyway, you see, that is the whole point of not understanding who we are, what we have. So we keep on taking it lightly, and we got the gold in the house, and we don't know how to use the gold, and then everybody comes through and just take a little bit of it and go and make a better life for themselves, and then they come back again and take a little bit of it and go. I mean, yeah, well, we are not talking about that. So the process of you accepting what God gives you, it can be as simple or as horrific as you can make it to be. So if it's gonna be simple, it's gonna be you trusting that you are good enough for this car, that you do not know where the money for it is gonna come. You are good enough for you right now to have this increase or this promotion or this new job without you knowing where the job will come from, without you knowing where the business and the clients and and if it's a business, where would the opportunities come from. But you know now that, because now I've thought about it, I've gotten the thought that I now can start a business and it can work. Oh no, it's then good for me to do that. I'm good to make it happen. Now it's fine. I can go ahead and get it done. Now, and I know this might sound a little bit weird. And I mean, I can tell you about my own life. There was a time when people saw greatness in me. They were like, "You are great, this. And I had them. But I just didn't see what they were seeing. And I mean, that is one thing that happens to all healers. When you're a healer, everybody comes to you for advice. They ask you for money. They want to borrow money from you. They come to every day, like there's something. They have a problem. They call you first. There's this. They call you. They. You know what? They think somebody bewitched them. They tell you. All right. So, but you like, I don't know. I don't understand why people keep coming to me about this thing. Or maybe, people, you are not even married, people are asking you for marriage advice and you give it to them. Like, you're like, no, man, why don't you do 1, 2, 3? Like, to look at it this way. And then a person goes and implements it and it works. A person comes and is looking for how they can improve their career. You give them the advice. You don't even know where you get the advice. Okay. So what is happening there is that the people see that you are amazing, that you've got all these things you don't know. So of course you don't take it serious. You take it lightly. So unfortunately, fortunately, maybe let's say, in that case, you can't really control your energy. If you have a healing energy, you can't really control. You're going to give it to everybody for free. Duh. Well, it's fine. I mean, you don't want to use what God gave you to give you what you need. You're going to give it for free. It's fine. But in case of something like, I want to improve my career, I want a car, I want a house, and this, you will have to understand that you are worthy of these things before they happen to you. There is a level of understanding of who you are that needs to happen first. Hence, I'm saying, if these investors come through to our country, they're understanding that we are stupid, we don't understand what is going on, and they are here to make a big buck. And they come with their small money and they make their small money big because they just understand that we're going to those ones. They don't know nothing. We're just going to get there and tell them what to do. I mean, I tell you, I've been in those meetings where these people know exactly what they're dealing with. They're dealing with people who don't know. They're dealing with people that they are going to make them jump around. And it happens every day. And we are not there. We are where you understanding that you are worthy of this thing that is not manifested. So the good thing is that you're not gonna believe this thing because it's not in your house. But what you need to believe is that the fact that you are thinking about it, the fact that you are wanting it, means that it is time for it to happen to you. So the only thing that you need to welcome is the fact that it's my time to have it. Do not then go and do things that are not your job, like how it's going to happen. Should I make it happen? Da, 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 da. That is none of your business. The only thing is the small job that God asks you is to receive this thing. And it is really that small. Until you get to do it, you will understand how small it is. But then we do not want to do the small part. We want to do all the whole dramatic stuff of trying to then now say, oh no, but I must be studying, I must have studied this much, I must be born in this kind of a family, I must be this color of skin, I must be this gender, I must be this, I must know this, my English must be like this, I can't write a book because I don't know English. I wrote a book without English, and it's selling all over the world, and there's no English there. The book, it does not have English in it, but it's selling because what did I do? I just gave myself and the gift that I was given freely. I did not buy the gift anyway. God brought me here with the gift. So the moment you start to realize that you having a craving and a desire, it is a gift that God is giving you, telling you that this is the season for you to have this specific thing. Use it because the season changes. There are people who know that 10 years ago, they should have had 1, 2, 3. Until today, they don't have it. It's not God's problem that you don't have things that He had for you ready 10 years ago, just because you couldn't believe it, because you have 20,000 reasons why you shouldn't have what you want. You know, every day I have sessions in the morning with people, healing sessions. And it could be the most simplest thing. It's just to say to a person before they open their mouth about their problems, I could just say to them, go and believe that who you are, then you don't have to have a session with me. But of course, it's not as simple as that. So as much as I know that this person is having the problems they're having with manifesting what they need to manifest, because there's a whole lot of blockage around them believing who they are, then of course my job is to help them now understand. So that's why I have to clear their energy, clear their blockages, clear the fear, clear the doubt and all this. And immediately when the doubt and the fear is cleared up, the person now goes into exactly what they knew they were supposed to be doing. The procrastination goes out the door, the stagnant energy around doing what they're supposed to do, going to where they're supposed to do, knocking at the doors they're supposed to be knocking, goes away. And what would have happened there is that the person starts to believe that they are worthy of what they've always known they should be having. So if you could just focus on the fact that what I want, I'm worthy of, you will see a big change in your life. You do not even have to come to me for a cleansing session, a healing session. And I mean, I'm definitely not saying you shouldn't get help. If you're busy trying and you're finding yourself not being able to move forward, not being able to go look for help, of course. But what I'm saying is it will help you first to focus in believing that you are worthy of the stuff you want. That is the biggest chunk in the manifestation process. You must believe that you are worthy. If you start believing, what happens is that when you wake up in the morning and you believe that you are good for the job, when you get there, you are not begging for the job. You already know you are good for it. Now, there's a big difference between somebody who thinks that this job is going to be they're making them a favor, than a person who knows that they are worthy of this job, they can do this job, they're going to be good at this job. There's a big energy difference. You can see those people before even they open their mouth. You can just sense their energy. This is the one that knows what they're going to do here. And when they start talking, even when they are not talking about stuff that makes sense. You just feel that their energy is correct. And the one that is thinking this is gonna be their breakthrough because they are not worthy of this thing. This thing is too big for them. You can just feel their energy. If a person is selling a t-shirt and they believe that this t-shirt is good for you, you can feel the moment they open their mouth and saying this t-shirt is good for you, versus somebody who's selling the t-shirt because they want to pay their bills. You can hear that, oh, this one, I'm making them a favor buying the t-shirt. And you can feel the person who is selling you the t-shirt because they think you need the t-shirt, you need to get dressed and look good. That is why every time when a person comes through and they need new clients, there is only one. There is only one multi-medicine that is going to bring you all the clients you need in the world, is for you to truly want to help people. If you do not think that you selling whatever you're selling, a product or a service, is helping people, you're doing it so that you can pay your bills, nobody's going to buy from you. Nobody cares about your bills. We are not here to support you in your bills. We are not here to make sure that you eat well before you sleep every night. We might tell you that, but we don't care. We care about ourselves. But if you have a service that's going to change my life, if you've got a service, makeup service, I'm going to look good. If you've got you're selling cars or you're fixing cars and whatever that I need, I'm going to definitely want that because it makes my life easier. But if you're doing it because you want to pay your bills, I don't care about your bills. So again, that is the whole thing of believing. Do you believe that you want what you want? You get the craving, you understand that this could be good for you. Then you do not believe you're good enough for it. You've messed up the whole thing. And you can sit there 10 years later, you're still saying, I want to do this. I mean, I train coaches, I train healers. These are people that have known all their lives that they've got a special gift in them, but they haven't done anything about it. Past 10 years, they've gone from one job to the next. They keep being robbed. Nobody wants to pay them what they are worth. Very, they're not going to pay you what you're worth because you're not supposed to be there. But the moment you step into the place you're supposed to be, everything happens and people will be like, yeah, this industry is not a good industry, but why is this one winning? But then it's because you're supposed to be in this industry. Everybody that's not supposed to be in this industry is not winning. You are the one who's winning because you're supposed to be there. So you want to understand who you are, believe in this, who you are, and then you see all the stuff that you need to happen. Now, if you are not in that energy of understanding, that's when you need to work on yourself. That's when you need to say, I know I'm ready for this, but I'm not seeing it happen. I know I'm ready for this. I'm not seeing it manifest. What is the issue now? What is it? And I tell you, probably there's a big chance, like 70% chances, that you don't believe you're good enough for it. So one of the things, how you will understand if you are thinking how you will test what you are thinking about yourself and this opportunity and this new thing, is how you feel. So how you feel about the fact that I can have a car that I want this year, or I can have the business and the good clientele that I want this. If when you think about that thought and you say, I can have all the clients I need, I can make, maybe let's say you want to make 500K maybe a month from your business. And when you think about that, you get scared. That's how you know that you are not believing it. If you get a feeling that is not positive, because remember, our emotions is how God talks to us about stuff. So if the feeling that comes through is not excitement, like, yes, actually, I am going to be able to make 500K a month. If the feeling you're getting is not that, and I don't want you to lie to yourself, because now you are sitting by yourself most in your house, you're not trying to impress anybody. You want to sit down and feel if that feeling doesn't scare you. If it doesn't scare you and you're excited, you're good to go. If you think about it and you're feeling like, shoo, and then you're thinking, how am I gonna make it happen? You are not there. You are not there. So that is when you need to work on it. So one of the things that we're gonna be doing this month on the Goddess class is fixing that thing of moving forward. When God has said to you, your spirit has said to you, you are ready. So how does God say to you, are ready? You want the car, you want the house, you want the job, you want the clients. That is when God says, yes, child, it's time for you to get it. And then you ask yourself, can I have 500K from my business every month? And you feel that feeling that says, how am I going to do that? I'm already struggling making 100K. Now 5 is, how am I going to do that? Now you want to come to do the class. If you're feeling that feeling, because that feeling is telling you are not in alignment with the 500K. So you rather, two things you want to do. You want to go to say, okay, fine, I can only just make 10,000. Or, no, man, I want to make 500K. There's a reason why I thought about 500K. So then can I find out what is blocking me? So I'm going to be doing that healing session this Sunday, yes, 4 p.m. we're starting. And we are going to be peeling the layers of why you don't believe in yourself. Because sometimes it is a mental thing, sometimes it is a spiritual thing that is getting you to not believe that you are worthy. So we're going to be doing the mental thing. We have 4 hours from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. We're going to be doing the mental. So we're going to work on the mental side. Why are you not believing in yourself? Why are you not believing in yourself? Why are you not believing in yourself? Then we're going to do the spiritual part. The spiritual part, you don't have to worry about. It's my job. That's what I've been brought in the planet to do. The mental part, you're gonna show up in that class and you're gonna do the exercises that you need to do to get yourself to believe in it. So there is a part that you do, you play, and then there's a part that you need somebody else to stand in the gap for, which is the spiritual part. On you finally knowing that you deserve to make that much money a month. Guys, you do not understand. You don't need to change anything about you to change what you earn. And the time when this wasn't happening in my life, I could have told the person, you are crazy, it's wrong. But you don't have to change anything. You just have to change what you believe about you. And the money is literally like it's gonna walk in your house. So, and what do you need? You need your brains. That's all. I mean, if you have enough clarity in your head, isn't you not booked for vet copies, you have the ability to change what you think about what you deserve. The trusting in yourself. And in this case, you don't even have to trust if you can make it happen. You just have to trust that you are worthy of it. I don't know if you understand that. There's a big difference between knowing that you can and knowing that you are worthy. Knowing that you are worthy is you waking up and saying, my father is rich and I'm worthy to go and ask for whatever, a yacht and whatever. You know, you don't have to worry about how you make a yacht happen, how you make the money for the yacht happen. You're like, my father is sorted. I can just ask for these things. And you actually have a father that is that rich. Hence, the father told you you are worthy of the stuff, but you'll be like, no. I don't think my father can afford this. I don't think my father can afford this. I am so sorry. My father does not afford this. I mean, if you're saying your father does not afford, your father is not gonna be like, oh no, you can have it for, by force. No, your father is gonna let you chill. That's what's happening. Let me go through the comments. If you have got a question, please ask. If I am not seeing your comment here, it might be just that this software doesn't show it to me because it doesn't show some of the stuff sometimes. So don't worry about that. You can, if it's an important comment or question, you can send it to my Instagram DM. Those I always see all the time. Or you can send a WhatsApp. Let me put the WhatsApp number: 061 221 5867. You can send a WhatsApp on that line. If you have got a question about something that you want to ask. Okay, now the blind guy. Hi guys for joining. He says the belief takes us far. True. Then somebody else says, thank you for the insight. Indeed, I'm having promptings and needs, but I think I'm struggling with to manifest them in my life. That's a good thing that you have prompts, and you know what? You have the prompts, you are ready. Believe that you are the one for this job, for this miracle. Because sometimes it might feel like a miracle. I mean, I know. I felt like sometimes I'm like, God, this sounds like a little bit of too much of a miracle for me. Like, why am I supposed to just believe that this is fine? I mean, I didn't grow up like this or anything. And then God was like, oh, well, if you don't want it, it's fine. I mean, I was just saying you can have it. Okay. I had a talented friend that will encourage for years, but she was always working against herself by expressing some reason it couldn't happen. Thank you, blind guy. So exactly right there. This person, you can see that this person is great. And the person is like, no, I'm not that person. I don't know. You know, if you cannot take the horse to the river and then make the horse drink the water. You can show the horse the river, but the horse must drink the water itself. That's what belief do. It's the horse drinking the water by itself. You can't manifest for people. I wish sometimes I could manifest for people. Hey, King. Maswangai, thank you for joining us. I wish I could do the manifesting for people, but it's impossible. You can't. The person needs to believe for themselves. So my job is to make sure you believe it. My job is like making sure I drill it in your head that you believe that you are great. Because I tell you, it happens every day. Every day I have a session with somebody that doesn't believe. They end up believing. The moment they believe, it happens. But they are the ones who have to believe. I can, well, of course, I've got the gift, the amazing thing that God helped me to see that this is what you have in store. But if you don't believe it, you can have it in store for the rest of your life. You do not know how many people come to me that have got spiritual gifts, that have got spiritual gifts of being wealthy in a serious manner, and they are not catching in. They are just not going to FNP. You know, sometimes it's like, let's forget busy FNP for something. They are not cashing in because they don't believe that they are good enough for the stuff. But then again, that's why then you will find somebody who will say to you, no, man, you are the real deal for this stuff. Can you just understand that you are fine? You can have this. Okay, somebody else says, hey, Busi, I know I'm worthy of whatever I want at this moment and time of my life. Okay, so I'm happy that you are knowing that you are worthy. But do you really know that you are worthy? That is the question. Now, there can be other reasons why you are not manifesting stuff that you need to manifest. Just like the fact, like I was saying in the beginning, that you might be asking for the wrong thing at the wrong season. Well, that is a technicality that it can affect this. And I mean, there's many videos that I've talked about. And I said this year in 2022, I'm going to talk about manifestation the whole entire year until we get to your own problem. So when you are trying, try also believing and try making sure that you are in the right season for the right stuff you're wanting. Try to find out what influenced you to have these goals your goals. Look at your goals, the ones that you're saying, awahlangani. Look at what influenced you to have them. And I mean, literally go back to some of the videos that we've done this year. If you see that you probably ticked all those buttons, please come through and have an energy healing session, and then we check then what is it. But I'm saying before you even do that, just come back and tick and say, okay, this, I think it's fine. This, I think it's fine. This, I think it's fine. Just tick and make sure that you're ticking all the things. And then if you still feel like things are not moving, then you can come through. Then we check energetically, where is your blockage. But don't just come for a session before you've texted out stuff. Like, it's just not right to just like want. And why I'm saying this all the time, and the thing is, I don't want people who will say every time when there's a small thing happening in your life, you've not checked yourself, you've not sit down with yourself, you've not done your praying, you've not done uphahla, and then you just like, oh, I want to go and check from, go to Isangoma or something to check. Don't do that. I tell you guys, the stuff you need to know, you already know. If you're going to go and look for help, look for healing help, not to know stuff that you already know. You do know the stuff you need to know. You just need healing, and that is important, to get somebody that can stand in the gap for you in your healing process. But don't go asking for stuff that doesn't make sense, because you can get that information easily. And anyway, even the person that is helping you is getting the information from you anyway. It's the same thing of Africa. People coming here to make big money with their small money, and then we think they are the best. No. You are having all the information you need. Go for healing, don't go for drama. Okay, so there's another question here. So true. Knowing versus believing. Yes, subtle but important distinction. True. Okay, let me check on the Instagram side. Every day something changes, says every day something says you should not be doing this job. And I believe, but his fear is also there. I am scared. Okay, Tinge. So being scared it's okay. Being scared is okay. I don't think any of us have ever done something just you woke up and you were like, I mean, it happens. Sometimes you just wake up and you are so fired up and you get it done. But most of the time you feel scared because, remember, you have an underlying programming that is against all the good stuff. I mean, it's true. We were bewitched by somebody who told us we are not good enough. It was bewitchment. I mean, if you go and look, specifically if you're in South Africa, now I'm talking to the South Africans, apartheid was a psychological program. Apartheid was saying you are not white enough to touch this. You are not white enough to do this. It was not about the fact that you can, maybe I don't want to go into your bathroom. Who said I want your bathroom? But the fact that the bathrooms were made to be two of them, they are the same bathroom, but they're made to be two of them. It was just to get you to think that you are not good enough. So apartheid was a psychological problem. It was the biggest witchcraft ever. And the people who made apartheid, they said with psychologists and say, how do we make these people feel small that we can walk on top of them? I mean, I wrote about the stuff in my book. So, Tenji, the fact that you are scared, it's because that programming is still working. It's still saying to you, you are not good enough. Stay in this. They wanted us to stay in the crappy jobs. Believe me, who was gonna work for them if they didn't make us stay in the crappy jobs to make them money? I mean, every investor that comes here, they come with their small money so that they can get us to work harder and make their small money big money. Who is working? Us. Manje, would we just allow Tina to work for them if they didn't bewitch us a little bit? They bewitched us a little bit and told us we can't make things happen by ourselves. We must need them to make things happen. Well, we are making them the money, duh. So, Tenji, I mean, really, sis, you are not crazy. It's of course, it's there. You've been taught to not believe in yourself. So even when you're feeling scared, just know that, oh, it's that programming. I see you programming. But the good news is that you are with. But then again, what I'm saying to you is that don't jump when you are still feeling that scared. Remember, I said to you, how do you know you are in alignment is when you are no longer scared. So if you are scared, get help. Get the healing you need to not be scared. Because once you are not scared, it will work. If you are scared, it wouldn't work. So I'm not saying to anybody, go jump while you're feeling scared. Nah, don't do it. Well, I did it. Well, I wasn't really scared. I was just like, let's not talk about don't take that advice from me. So when I left my job 25 years ago, I wasn't scared about the fact that I was going to get hungry. I didn't think that was possible. I mean, I don't know what happened to me. I mean, the Lord is good, but I didn't know what I was going to do with my life, but I wasn't scared. Hence, I made it. I mean, that is the formula, right? You shouldn't be scared. So I wasn't scared. But if you are scared, you jump while you're scared, you're going to die. But if you jump while you're excited, you will swim out. So, okay. Tenji also says, there's another comment I didn't see the other comment. Oh, Jesus Christ, what happened to the other comment? Somebody else had asked something. Please ask it again. If I did not read your comment on the Instagram part, I don't see them comments. They ran away from me. Okay, so okay. Slee says they bewitched us when I was, oh, they did, child, they totally bewitched us, these people. I mean, really, I have studied about apartheid because most of the entrepreneur programs that I had to do, they needed me to have understood more what happened really, because apartheid was a mental program. I tell you, you cannot be fighting to go to another bathroom if there's another one. They only just wanted to make us feel that, okay, you are good enough for other things, you're not good enough for other things. And they kept doing it in that way, where they kept putting two cities and say, village life is amazing. They put us in the village and then they were like, we're going to stay this side, you're going to stay this side. It's the same thing. It's our country. All of it is beautiful. Why should we worry where you put us? But then they were like, no, we are putting you there because you are not worthy. We are going to stay here because we are worthy. It's a lie. The country is ours, all of it. And it's all beautiful. We shouldn't be worried where we live in because it's our country and it's beautiful. But anyway, I'm going to call Mangalindabal. Hi, Spusiso. Oh, Spusiso Nkosi. This one is my brother. Guys, my surname is Nkosi. Hi, Spusi. Nice to see you live. I want cheaper petrol meat. Trust a person wakankosi to want the simplest thing. Sbu, you can have your cheap petrol. Make your own. You know what's good? The other day I saw that there's a guy in Nelspruit somewhere. That side, I think Yabo Pushback, he's making his own petrol. I mean, I'm like, that child is the one. He's making his own petrol. Phone number. You can go there. I'm sure Sbu, you can sell you better petrol. Apparently, he's making petrol. I mean, it's not a joke, Sbu. He's making petrol. He's selling it to the farmers to use it for their tractors to plant. Like it's working. It's petrol that's working, but nobody's going to talk about it. Of course, we know the media is not going to tell us that there's a guy who's actually making petrol and it's being put in tractors, and the tractors are plowing the soil. It's happening today as we speak. So, Sbu, you can go look for him. Okay, so please come through to the Sunday session. We're going to be doing this work, clearing the stuff that makes you not want what you want. We're going to be clearing the stuff that makes you being scared of what God said you must have. The desire you have of making a certain amount a month or maybe a year, depending which way you want to put it. I'm a month person. Like I work with the Lord in month issues. Like I don't know. I can't wait for the whole year. Like I want stuff to happen monthly. I feel safer that way. But you can say, this year I want to make this much. If it scares you, please come Sunday. If it doesn't scare you, you are good, you are in alignment. Go make it happen. Okay, so please make sure that you are RSVPing for Sunday, because I can only take 100 people in the session. So if there's more, then yeah, please make sure that you chip in your RSVP in time. Send a WhatsApp there or send in a DM on Instagram. Sbo Uti, yes, by recycling rubbish, why doesn't government subsidize him? Yeah, no, Sbo. You see, Sbo. I told you, Sbo knows the guy also. You think the government will what, Swangile? Now that you think about what you just said, child, what do you think is going to happen if the government subsidize him? You know who runs the petrol. If that guy makes petrol money, we're all going to go and buy the petrol from him, right? Then what's going to happen to the other children? They will never allow the government to subsidize him. Never. And at this point, we are the ones who are supposed to be putting money into this guy's business, right? But we all know what we're going to think. We're going to count. If, let's say, if all of us give 50 rand to the guy, and there's how many of us in the country, I'm not sure how much, 12, whatever million we are, we're going to think we're going to make the guy rich. Why the guy's going to sell us cheap petrol, like who is asking? We're going to think the guy's going to make us rich. So the government is not going to do it. We can only be the one who do it. But the guy is actually making the petrol. So uyabona the problem we are facing. It's a mind thing. It's not about resources. All the resources in the whole entire world are found here in Africa. All of them. The only thing is that we need to believe that we are worthy to make things happen. So the moment we do not have that power to think different, it's a problem. I tell you, I didn't have parents. There were so many days we didn't have food. And one day, I decided that I was going to go and make things work for me. And then I started a business, got 40 million rand in debt, mind stuff, got 40 million rand in debt. I mean, I could have literally killed myself there. It was fitting, perfect. But then, guess what? The Lord was like, no, I'm not done with you yet. I just want you to know all the corners of this thing of mine. And then today, I'm not scared even of losing out, because when you lose 40 million, you sort of know that nothing is going to kill you. I mean, nothing, what else can go wrong? So I had to go through all those things so that my mind can think another way. And as painful as it was going through that whole 40 million rand stuff, it took away the fear. You know, that fear that I said, when you think about something, I want to make this thing, the fear comes. Now I don't have that fear. Literally, if I think about something, I never, that thought that says I might not get it right or it might happen does no longer cross my mind. Now, I'm not saying all of us must go and lose 40 million before we wake up, because it's not nice. It's not a nice place. And if you make it out, God forbid, you are really, really protected and supported by the higher powers, because it's bad. But if you could just start to practice that whole thing of believing in yourself, small bits, you will see so much improvement. Okay, so class for today on manifesting is all about that story of believing that you can. If you are feeling the fear, there is something you are not aligning with, please come through on Sunday. If you are feeling totally pumped up and you are excited about the stuff that needs to happen, please get it done. You are worthy. We are the deal in the planet, not Nje. We are the deal. We are the people. But again, we're going to get there. It's going to happen. I promise you, it's going to happen. We're going to get there in remembering who we really are. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And we definitely have them. Other things. What are the things we have? We have the Healers Retreat happening 22 June in Durban. So if you know that you are interested in finding out what's up with you and the gift of helping people, please come through to Durban. It's not that deep. Being a healer is really not that deep. You don't need to kill a chicken or nothing else. I'm just saying. If also you know that you give good advices to the humans out there, please come through. The coaches program starts May 30. May 30. It's a Monday. We are starting with the new program for the coaches program. If you want to become a professional coach, please come through. Ask for information, send a WhatsApp message, send me an Instagram DM, send an email, pa@buseleshow.com. Thank you so much. If you'd like to have a healing session, please book that. If you would like to have an astrology reading, give it like 7 days period. There's a long queue there. But if you want to have a healing session every morning between 4 and 9 a.m., I do healing sessions on a daily basis until Friday, and that you can be able to get quicker. If you need an astrology reading, just give it a little bit time so that the queue gets a little bit yeah, it just takes a little bit more time. I need more time to prepare the information for you. What is an astrology reading? An astrology reading, I go through to your stuff, looking at your date of birth, your time of birth, your place you were born. You don't know your time of birth, it's fine. There's ways to find out. But if you can know that, it makes my life so much easier. Then we look at the script, why you are sent here, why you are here. So it helps for you to find out what career you're supposed to be doing. What is this? How many children? Should we have one? Should we not have? And then again, if you have doubts about where you want to move next in your life, then you can do that. So, and every other 2 weeks, we go to the river to do cleansing there. If you want to join us, let my PA know. Thank you so much, guys. Let me read this. Zombie says, I recommend the healing session. Oh yeah, okay. Zombie just like, hey, that healing session works. Yeah, of course, guys. All of us need help. All of us need somebody to stand in the gap for us at some point. So in a healing session, that's when you get somebody to stand in the gap for you. Just like the river cleansing, you get somebody to do the healing on your behalf. I am not saying get addicted to go into the river or get addicted to a healing session. Please don't do it. But when you need help, you will know. When you need help with the healing session, when you need help with going to the river, you will know. It's not something you should be doing every day. Don't get addicted to it. I know once, yeah, let's not do that. It's not okay. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely day. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click on the follow button so that you can see the videos when they come through. I'm not sure when they will come through, but somewhere, somehow during the week, there will always be a video. So make sure that you are subscribing, you are following, you are liking, so that Facebook will keep giving you the notification when there's a new video. Thank you so much. Have a lovely afternoon. Bye-bye.